Hey, so I've built myself a wheel tooling stand together with a lot of help from one of my friends who has a wood workshop. And the design for the stand is from Roger Musson. Um, this is his book, Practical Complete Guide to Building Bicycle Wheels. If you're interested in wheel building, yeah, definitely check this out. So this is the design for the stand, and that's what we've built. So this is not a tutorial in any kind of way. It's a little story about how I ended up from not being able to replace anything on my bike to the desire to build something like this. And a little essay on why I think that indulging completely in hobbies is a good thing. So why do we get into hobbies? At the ground of it all, I think is curiosity, and there is this little spark that will tell you if there's something there or that there might be something there. And in my case, that was the bike I got last year for the bike trip to England, the Trek 520, that it needed maintenance. I had to replace a cassette. And I approached some friends and also got help and also went to a bike shop, but I felt this almost like disappointment that I wouldn't be able to have a go at it myself. And I just really took that as a sign to give it a go and not to ignore it. And I think, I'm sure that started it all. So I bought some basic tools and started wrenching, and very soon I noticed the satisfaction of learning something with my own hands and fixing something with my own hands. I work as a designer and as a web developer, and it felt really refreshing to have a hobby that is away from the screen and does involve fixing things. Like it's technical, but again, it's physical, and that really gave me a really good feeling. And when working on bikes, but I guess this goes for a lot of hobbies, when you're learning something new, you'll have a lot of moments of frustration and problems and issues, but when you get through them, you will have constant moments of progress, and those feel really good. So, for example, the cassette that I had to replace was completely stuck. And, me not having any experience, I felt like how on earth am I going to get this thing detached? And after learning and trying and failing, it finally worked. It got loose. And the feeling I got was just so good. I think my whole day was like, made my complete day, or if not week. And from there, I just got more tools, got more into it, started to be more and more and more interested in bikes, in working on bikes, riding bikes as well. And I got to the point where you would probably call it obsessive. And for the outside, for yourself, but also for the outside, things will start to feel and look obsessive. And my argument is that it's a good thing. I think that obsession is the point where you become very passionate about something and get a lot of focus on that particular subject. Of course, there's always a limit. So if your work or your family or your loved ones or whatever starts to suffer, then you might want to wonder, hey, am I spending too much time on this new hobby? But in general, I feel safe to say that a little too much is probably fine. So we're now approaching my friend's workshop, and time for a little bike check. On the bike that I'm currently riding, so this is the Trek 970 ZX, and definitely the fruit of the hobby. First complete bike rebuild, replaced pretty much everything. I think only the rear derailleurs, one of the original parts. But really, really happy how this turned out. So why is pursuing a hobby or embracing your obsession worth it? Well, obviously for the result, like after all the struggle, you will end up at something that you're happy with at some point, and that will give you a really really good feeling, like very satisfied and fulfilling. But it also gives you like structure, calmness and focus, and might take away other distractions that are less healthy, or that you might want to move away from. I used to party a lot, and that also involved a lot of drinking and a lot of hangovers, and this hobby definitely replaced everything about that almost. And yeah, without something to replace whatever you're trying to move away from, it's going to be really hard. So that's also definitely an aspect. But when it comes specifically to bikes, I think that's such an amazing platform for creativity, the technical aspect, but also the physical aspect, of course. Like you can ride the bikes, and there's just so much you can project on a bike, and for me that's really amazing. And I've talked about this before, but the building versus buying trade-off is a big one. You feel so much more connected to things you build versus things that you buy. So this is the workshop of my friend, and this is where we started to build the stand. So we started with all the different parts we needed, started drawing them out, and then sewing all the pieces. This was a very intimidating machine, so I let my friend do all that work before I would saw my hand off. But here are all the parts, so looking very good, I think. I was really impressed by how clean everything came out. And this shop, one of the best shops in Utrecht, to buy all of the hardware. And here I'm back home in the living room, trying to make my stand blend in with the furniture. I think that's one of the great things about this stand, is the fact that it's made from wood and just looks so much more warm than a piece of metal. And we just did this IKEA closet that you see in the back, and we still had some oil left from that, so I'm using that same oil. So it actually blends in perfectly with that closet. And here's the finished stand. Super happy with how it came together. I really love how it looks and how nice it looks on the kitchen table. I even shared the result with Roger Musson by email, and he also liked it, and so I got his stamp of approval. So thank you for that, Roger, and also thank you for your wonderful book and this design. I'm learning more on wheel building, and that's like a whole hobby or journey on its own. I might do more videos on that. But for now, just to get back on my argument for hobbies, give yourself permission to enjoy your healthy obsession. You don't need to justify it to anyone. If it brings you joy, then it's worth it. Hobbies might come and go, so your interests might change. So better just enjoy it while it lasts. Thank you for making it all the way to this part of the video. If you like this, then please consider to subscribe and to like. I will do my very best to keep them coming. So hopefully see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.